Hello, everyone. My name is Johanna Martinez, and this is my first interview conversational series to Talk It Up with Joe. And my very first guest, which I'm super happy that you're here, is Patricia Ricetti. And I love that name because it kind of sounds like a pasta. And I low-key want to say Ricetti, like I told you in the car.
Well, yeah, if you're...
What's the background, right?
Italians would say it like that, but...
Italians, it's fine. But why she's my first guest is girl power. I wanted the first person that I interviewed to be a beautiful, dedicated, hardworking woman. And she's here because she has her brand, Ricetti Moda, right? Yes. And I'm going to let you go ahead and talk a little bit about your brand. So what is it about? What do you do? What do you sell? And just a little bit. We are actually wearing it. I love this piece. It's beautiful. It doesn't have a collar, but I'll give it up to you. Give me a little bit about what it is.
So basically, this has been a long time making, like 3 years in the making of this brand.
And I do want to interrupt you and say she's only 22 years old. So that to me is a very big deal. So keep going with that.
But yeah, it's been 3 years in the making. A year just kind of manifesting it, believe it or not. And because basically when I got out of high school, I was very uncertain on...
And that happens.
Like what I wanted to do.
What are you going to do?
You know, especially...
Go to college.
Exactly. And that's what everyone kind of shoves at me. Go to college, go to college. And I was like, I don't know if I want to take that route, especially if I don't know what I want to do. I don't want to feel like... Not saying that going to college is a waste of time, but I felt like I wanted to have a purpose of what I was doing. Otherwise, I'd get unmotivated. That's just how I am.
Everyone has their own paths.
So, yeah. So, basically, I've always really been into fashion. And honestly, it was just like this. One day I was like, I want to have my own clothing line. Like, legit. It was just like that. I woke up one day and I was like, I'm going to have my own clothing line.
And like we were saying, it just starts with an idea. If you literally just have an idea, no matter what it is, when you follow it up with action, the sky is the limit.
Yeah. I mean, it wasn't like, because I know sometimes people are like, oh, like, have you, since you were little, like, thought about having your own clothing line? To be honest, no.
No, it's not something that you were born with.
No, it's just what I've always, like I said, I've always been into fashion. I love seeing people feel good, when they look good, they feel good. And I was like, oh, like, what if I could do something different, something, that's never, like, in your hometown, it's like, it's hard for you to hear a lot of people, oh, like, you're starting your clothing line, like,
and
you have
look
a
at
new
you
brand,
and give
like,
you the funny face,
like what? So I was like, I want to be different. I want to do something different. So one day I was like, Dad, because my dad, I get a lot of my inspiration and entrepreneurship from him. He has 2 businesses that he owns. So I was like, one day I was like to him, I was like, Dad, can we go to lunch? I want to talk to you. And he's like, uh-oh.
What do you want?
He was like,
what
uh-oh, like,
do you want
what's
me to
going
buy?
on? Like, is everything okay? You need money? And he's like, okay. So we set up and we meet up and we go out to lunch. And he was like, what's up? And I was like, oh, not much. He's like, so why are you here? I was a little nervous. I was like, I don't know what he's going to say.
You're going to break it down and say.
I want his approval, obviously. And so I'm like, I want to have a clothing line. Straight up. And he looked at me and he was like, okay. Like, there was no, like,
it's funny because
insane? Like, that's hard.
And it's funny because a lot of parents, and not to point anybody or any other parents out, but we tend to believe that dreams are impossible. And they want you to have this safety net. They want you to go to school. They want you to graduate. They want you to do this thing. And to have your dad support you, that's amazing.
I mean, I'm not going to lie, though.
Of course.
I'm not going to lie. He did want me to go to college. I mean, I think
every parent
does.
Of course.
I think he accepted. He said, listen, if you want to do this, I'll help you. We can do this. But I'm not going to sit here and say it's going to be easy. It's not going to be
Especially with retail or with a
brand,
clothing.
Yeah, he's like, it's going to be very hard. But if you're willing to put in the work, I'm willing to help you. So that's kind of basically how we started off. And we, he knows a lot of manufacturers. And, that's actually one of the hardest parts.
I think
for people that want to have their own clothing brand and designs is finding a factory to where you can, you know, manufacture the clothes.
And not even, and what I, from just wearing this, what you mean a lot to me too is that she's not worried about the quantity. Like, it's a lot about the quality. The quality of your clothing, honestly, girl, it's amazing. Like, it's really good quality.
That's really important to me. Like, really, because I feel like a lot of, not to dog on anyone, but like there are certain brands that it's like, especially like online, because I'm an online clothing store. Certain brands, you see something online and you're like, oh, like it's so cute and it's inexpensive, right? And then you get it and you're like, this is not what
I don't even want to say the brand, but I know you and me both have that Instagram brand that everybody wears. But, and it's funny, I'll order just to try it, and it's not what it is.
It's not. And that's something that always got me frustrated. So like one of the things that like I told myself is, okay, like when I have my brand and when I can finally do this, I want my clothes, what you see online is what you're going to get. It's not going to be like super edited, anything like, you know, it looks nice and then you get it and you're like, what the hell is this? Like, it's not even the material that it looks like it is, you know?
To add on to your sizing is amazing, and, you know, and you cater to a lot of different body types. And I think that's something that's really, really important, because as being Latinas, because we're both Latinas, it's hard to find a brand that fits us the right way in the waist, because our waist is a little bit smaller than, you know, other places, and our butt is a little bit bigger than your typical. It's not, I don't want to mention any brands, but how did you have that in mind when you were doing the brand?
Yes, I definitely, and it was tricky because, I mean, my sizes right now are from 2 to 10, which when you think about it, it's not an excessive, huge size range.
But that's where you start.
To start off, I wanted to have at least that size range, not anything tinier than that, because I wanted to be able for, you know, all body types to be able, you know, to fit into it. And at the same time, I tried my best, you know, but again, bodies are so different. So it's hard sometimes to get it right on, but I definitely wanted to make sure.
I think you did a great job.
Thank you.
And that just, we were saying in the car, something that you said that really stuck to me was the whole trial and error. Explain to me a little bit about that, how you've not just used that in your life, but you use that with your brand, just learning.
Yeah. So I did not go to fashion school, okay? I did not, like, I'm not the typical, like, you know, you would think, because everyone always asks me that, oh, like, so you went to school for this? And I'm like, no, honey, no.
Self-taught.
It's literally,
it's an idea.
It's an idea that I just said, you know what, I'm going to roll with it, and not saying that it is for everyone, I'm not going to lie. I did have an advantage, because like I said, my dad, he knows a lot of business people, and he knew the factory for me, and that's awesome that he was and that's the hardest part, to be honest, for a lot of people, because it's easy for you to have designs and, you know, even come up with the samples, but for you to find the right manufacturer, that is the hardest part of it. And so I kind of had that knocked out by having a manufacturer. So for me, to be honest, it was just like, when you don't go to school for something like that, sometimes it's like you need to feel confident in yourself, and you're like, okay, I know this is right for me.
I'm going to figure this out.
Yeah, and I know this is right for me.
And that attitude gets you a lot of places. The whole, I'm going to figure it out. Yeah, I'll Google it.
Even if you don't know, but you act like you do know, that gets you
so much.
That gets you so far.
I completely agree.
Because there are some people that have the knowledge, let's say, but they don't have the confidence, and they don't get the same results as the person that just has that confidence. It's like, it's okay that I don't know 100% what I'm doing, but I'm going to figure it out, and I'm going to go get it anyways.
And just the fact that you have that ambition to want to figure out things should be an example to anyone that's watching us that has an idea, has a dream or anything. I think you talk a lot about your family, and I want to know a little bit about how they have put that in you, that go-to attitude. How has that worked? You know, your family pushing you like that?
So my parents are definitely go-getters. They're the most hardworking people I know.
And you lead by example.
I really admire them. And specifically, I love you, Mom, but specifically my dad, he really pushes me. Sometimes to the point where I get mad at him. I'm like, can you stop? Like, I know
Don't
what
you
I'm
feel
doing.
sometimes that people say your worst critic is yourself, but I sit down and I say, I feel like my dad sometimes
Yeah,
is
my dad
worst
is
critic.
my, but you know what? It's great because he always tries to get me out of my comfort zone. Because sometimes it's so easy to justify your comfort zone. Because I'm here, I'm staying there for, you know, A, B, and C, for these reasons,
Yes.
you know? And then, you know, you stay there, and then it's like when you have
You don't advance.
You don't advance. You don't go to the next level.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's good to have someone that's constantly pushing you and telling you, no, like, you're here.
I love that.
And I know that sounds amazing to you, but you need to be here. Because
Yes.
there's people that are younger than you, way higher than you.
And even though she says that, I just want to repeat. I think I did, but I want to repeat. She is only 22 years old. So honestly, the sky is the limit. And I want to cut in a little bit. I know it was your birthday a few weeks ago, a few days ago. So I got a little something, pull a little Ellen for you.
Oh my God.
Just 2 small things.
Girl.
You can open it right now. It's really small. Some things that I like to, you know.
You didn't have to get me anything. I didn't even know you got me anything.
I know. It's a little trick, but I'm really big on notebooks and writing down and manifesting and believing and setting your intentions.
This is actually perfect because I was telling you a great thing to do in the morning, and I don't always do this, but it's something
you try.
It's something that I've learned, and it's so true because when I do it, I feel like I'm ready to conquer my day. But when you wake up in the morning and you write your goals down, right? You don't go on your phone, you don't go on social media because
I'm trying so hard to do
when you go on social media, okay, and you see other people's lives, people that, like, let's say Kim Kardashian, for example, that has everything she wants, that already, without you even realizing, puts you down because you're like, damn, I'm not there yet. Mm-hmm. And then automatically that already gets you
kind of a negative,
unmotivated. It gets you, like, it makes you feel defeated because you're not there yet. You know, and even it's for people that are, you know, your age, and you see them there, and you're here, and you're scrolling, and you're seeing all these people that are ahead of you, you know? And it's like it gets you unmotivated, and that's not how you should start your day.
No, I totally agree.
You should start your day focusing on yourself, writing your notes, writing your plans on what you want to conquer that day.
I think not only writing them, but also voicing them and saying them out loud, which is the new thing that I'm trying. Affirmations, literally, when you wake up and when you go to sleep. Set your intentions for the day. Yep. Even if it's money, even if it's a dream, an idea, I think if it's just that impulsive, that obsession that you can have, it will happen.
You make it a reality.
Of
what
course.
you think, what you say, even sometimes how you feel.
Talking to our camera guys, which thank you so much for being here. I have to shout them out because that's how I am.
Yeah.
But even we were talking to them and they were agreeing with us. It's exactly just repeating that and having that.
It's manifesting the life.
And I do like to start my day with something that smells good. So there's a little something in there. Just to set your day with nice. I'm kind of a candle person.
Me too. I am obsessed with candles. I'm not even joking.
I mix them. It's funny when I meet someone that does that. I'm just like, okay.
This smells so good. I'm not kidding. I'm obsessed with candles. It's my thing. So this is probably the best thing you could have ever gotten me because
it's funny because to my next question, whenever I meet a guy and I see candles in his house, I'm like, okay.
Right?
I like this guy.
Yeah, he already has good taste in my book.
So talking about guys, I do know that you have a boyfriend.
Yes.
So being someone who's so young that is running your own business, handling your own life, social life, how do you balance all that? Because I think that's important for a lot of people to know.
I'm not going to lie. It is hard to balance. But I think when you have the right partner that understands and you have that open communication and you both have...
He's going to see this. He's going to be like, I'm going to cook you food tonight.
If only he knew how to cook. But
never mind. Let's stop. Keep going.
But no. But when you're on the same level, when you have the same goals, it works out.
Yeah,
it works
awesome.
out because sometimes it's not balanced. Sometimes I'm at the office till 7 o'clock, and 7 o'clock at night. Sometimes later.
Right notes, children.
And I was at the office since 7:30 in the morning till 8 o'clock at night, and then my boyfriend is doing his job and he's working, and sometimes there's days where we're so busy that we don't even talk to each other the whole day, but we have that understanding where we're not mad at each other.
That's so important that you say that.
We understand
the communication.
And it's just understanding. Like
it's so important
because we both have goals and we talk about our goals, and we both know what we want, and we both know what we need to do to get there. So that's why it works. And it's just all, honestly, it's about communicating, talking about what you want. You know, this is, you know, I agree with this, I don't agree with this. This is what, you know, it's a give and take. It's a give and take. So that's kind of how.
I love that.
That's how we.
Also, another something, you know, I have my little notebook just to make sure I don't miss any ideas. But just what to you is the top for Ricetti? Like, what do you envision for your brand? And mind you, you're just starting, so it's gonna take time, and but just the fact that you started,
it's a baby.
I'm so proud of you.
Thank you. It's a baby. I mean, it's been like 3 months officially since we launched, so it's still a baby.
3 months.
3 months.
That's crazy.
I know. It feels
but she's
so much
here,
longer.
and I'm wearing her clothes.
It feels so much.
Awesome.
It feels so much longer. But I mean, because it's been longer. It's been making for like 4 years. So, but what my brand stands for, and I know this is a little bit, maybe a little off topic. So what I believe in, something other than fashion that I'm passionate about, is charity and giving back. That is, I think, other than making people feel confident and good, like helping others is something that like can't be put a price on. No, it really fulfills me. So
that's beautiful.
So something that I thought would be cool and that I wanted Ricetti Moda and my brand to be about is giving back. And it's like, sometimes it's like when I say that, people are like, huh? Because it's like, you know, it's a clothing line.
I have a brand, what is that? But how do you, how do you correlate those two?
How do you correlate them together? So basically, the goal for Ricetti Moda is that when we become, you know, a lot bigger, and as we're growing,
which you will be bigger, manifestation.
Yes,
I will be bigger.
Yes, is we want for every person that purchases something from us, we want to take a certain percentage and give it to a charity each month. And at the end of the month, you know, we want to write out a check, and we want to show people, and we want to do documentaries, you know, showing issues about what's going on with the world, whether, you know, that be with, you know, children that don't have water to drink, or, you know,
it's
animals.
Crazy. We don't think about those things, but we're so fortunate to have all these things, and to just know that you're willing to put that and actually put that into action is. Yeah. I wish you the best.
Thank you. I want to feel like, you know, I can give a voice to people that don't have it, and I feel like since I know I'm gonna have such a big brand, I want to be able to use that brand and put it for something good. Beautiful. So yeah, that's the goal. The ultimate goal is to be able to just leave an impact on people, make people feel good, you know, do good.
And I think a little bit, which is continuing to what you've just said, is for our last topic of the day is how, if someone out there is trying to start a brand, which in your case, you have your brand, but it could be anything. It could be, like I said, an idea, a dream. What do you say to those people? Because I think you're a great example of someone who's young, of someone who didn't go the correct old-fashioned way and go to school and do it a certain way. What would it be? What is your advice to those people?
Well, first of all, you need to have intent. Like, you need, like, whatever you want in life, whether it's a house, you know, have your own clothing line, whatever it is, you need to put that into the universe that it is possible. Because the moment that you
I've agreed.
The moment that you have self-doubt is the moment where you'll put yourself kind of in this like spiral of like overthinking and then never getting anything done. So the first is just believing that you can do it, and then just doing it. Literally just do it and roll with the punches. Do not overthink it. You necessarily don't even have to like, okay, this is the first step I should do, the second, just freaking do it. Just literally do it.
I feel what people don't like to recognize is that failure is a really big, important.
Feel okay. And this is something.
It's okay.
This is something that I have a hard time with.
Okay, let's hear it.
Like, I am so scared to fail, and that's. I mean, I think that's anyone
normal.
that has. And sometimes when I have those moments where I don't want to do something because I'm scared of, you know, what people are going to think, or, you know, they're going to realize, oh, like, she doesn't know what she's doing, because 99% of the time I don't, but who does? You know what I'm saying? It's just rolling with the punches.
Or being ready. Not everyone's ready for everything that's coming at you in life.
Yeah. So it's a little bit of not caring and just believing in yourself and just going for it.
I love that. We spoke about that, and I'm so happy that you were able to be here and have this interview with me. I'm so happy for everyone that helped me. I'm happy for the camera guys that are behind. I really appreciate your guys' time. I think
you guys are awesome.
It's like people in music. I think the writers, I feel like those people don't get enough credit. So I want to thank you guys again for being here. And stay tuned for our next interview series. Thank you so much, Patricia, for being here.
Thank you for
Follow
having
her
me.
on all her Instagram. Let the people know what your Instagram is.
So for my business, it's Ricetti Moda. She'll put on the link
It'll
below.
Be right here.
Yeah, because it's too long to spell out. And then my personal is just Patricia_Ricetti, which she'll have it down below.
So follow the name. That sounds beautiful, like pasta, which is gonna make me hungry right now. We're probably gonna get something to
and
eat.
RicettiModa.com is my website. She'll put it down below as well.
So thank you so much, guys, and stay tuned for our next little series. Everybody, please don't forget to subscribe right up here if you like this video, or if you like pasta in general, which I know I like pasta and I know you like pasta. Like it right here. And if you want to stay tuned with amazing way more videos that I'm going to come up, just hit that notification button.